Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Now today we are in Worcestershire in a creepy, big, old, white house. Now we don't know any of the history on this place. It's clearly old. It's clearly had an old lady that's lived here. Looks like she probably could have died. And this place has just been left to rack and ruin, really, for the last few years by the look of it, judging by the state of it. Is it haunted? We don't know. Ghost on Trent have been here in the last couple of weeks. And the K2 is going off.
Are you on airplane mode? I'm sure I am.
You're not sure you are?
No, I'm pretty sure I am. I will check now.
I am now.
Yeah, I am. Definitely.
Okay. Well, that could be. I was still not on airplane mode. I am now, so.
Damn.
Yeah. So, with fingers crossed, as usual, that we get something. Like I said, Ghost and Trent have been here recently and had some interesting things happen with their REM pod and the K2. That's why we've got our K2 set up tonight on the fireplace, which was where they had the activity, if you want to call it activity. But yeah, fingers crossed. Do you like Adrian's hat?
Can I just say one thing? When you say it's our K2, I like to refer to it as your K2.
No, it's our K2. So without further ado,
let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay guys, so we are going to start in the living room where Ghost on Trent had the REM pod and the K2 going off. I mean, we did have the K2 going off a minute ago on the intro, but I think it was probably on my phone. I mean, I am quite away from it, but it's probably that my phone was setting it off. But both phones are on airplane mode now. So if it goes off again, you know, could be something, we don't know. Probably not. But if it replies to us, replies to any of our questions that we ask it, then could be interesting. So Adrian,
yes,
we took that hat off.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Do you want to call out?
Yeah, I can do. I just wait and see if that K2's gone. I bet it won't go off again.
No, probably not.
That's what I think. So we're going to introduce ourselves. My name is Adrian.
And my name is Michael.
And we've come to this very large house, which at one time would have been a very nice, lovely home, I should imagine. It's absolutely massive. So if there are any spirits here, the reason for us coming here is to try and communicate with you. Any spirits that might be here. Now we've been here for a while, not really heard anything. We heard a bit of a strange tapping noise in the kitchen, but we could probably, we were just in there, so that could have been something that we'd moved or trod on.
Yeah.
So I'd kindly ask you to, if you are here, to give us some kind of sign by knocking on something, tapping on something, shutting one of these doors, anything that suits you, just to indicate to us that you can see us and hear us. And there is a good possibility that you'd be willing to communicate with us. Please. There is a lot of photos left here, and the majority of them are of the same lady, the same woman who must have lived here. Well, whether she's still alive or whether she's passed on, I don't know. We don't know. But if you did pass away and this was your home, please come and communicate with us.
Now there is a device on your fireplace that when our friends came here a couple of weeks ago, it flashed. Now it might not have been paranormal, probably wasn't. But if you could go towards that green light and make it flash for us, maybe we could ask you some questions and you'd be able to reply to us through that device. Or if that device worries you in any way, you could perhaps knock for us. Perhaps you could knock twice for us. Or make that device flash.
There is a picture by that K2 meter, and I'd imagine that the lady in that picture was 100% passed away.
Yeah.
So whether you actually used to live here, or whether you're a relative of the lady who's on a lot of photos that are here, if you're here, could you come and do something just to let us know, please? She actually looks a bit stern, that woman, doesn't she?
She does. She looks like she wouldn't take no shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you knock for us like this, please? That was my foot knocking on the floor. Now perhaps you don't want us here. Probably not. But we've not come here to damage the place. We've not broken in. The door was open. But please come and communicate with us if you can. We don't get many interesting things happen on these nights out when we come out investigating.
But still we come out.
We're determined to find some kind of evidence that leads us to believe that the paranormal's real. So if you'd be so kind and come forward and give us a sign, that'd be amazing. Well, that K2's not been off since.
No.
So I would say it was 100% my phone.
Yeah.
Which is a shame. But actually what I think we'll do, as we walk around the house, I might leave the locked off camera in here.
Yeah.
And leave the K2 meter on top of the fireplace.
Yeah, why not?
Just in case it decides it wants to go off.
Yeah.
While we're not in the room.
Yep.
Are you in a different part of the house? Could you make a noise to where you are so we can come and say hello to you? What was that?
don't know. It's just difficult because it's very fucking windy outside.
Yeah, the wind is picking up. But we're going to go and have a trundle around the house. I've left the camera on the table here, pointing at the K2. We're going to leave both of these in this living room area, to see whether it captures anything or whether it captures the K2 going off at any point. So yeah, let's make a move.
Yeah, okay. Lead on.
So we've come out into the hallway at the foot of the stairs. On the cabinet there's loads of photos of the lady that used to live here. And there's some very old pictures of you. You must have been in your 90s at least. So my guess is that you probably did pass away, maybe in this house, or maybe in a hospice. But I could imagine you love this house because it is an amazing house.
Mm.
And definitely a house that you'd probably want to come back to visit. So could you come and say hello to us, please? You can talk to us if you want. You can knock on something. Don't worry about scaring us. I mean, we may jump.
Oh, I definitely will jump.
But it's what we're here for, is to capture the paranormal. Just so we know ourselves that the afterlife is real, and hopefully show the people at home that the afterlife is real as well.
So please be kind enough to try and help us out.
Mm. What was that?
I don't know. It went, ooh, something like that. Yeah.
Ooh.
Again, I reckon it
Could be the wind.
Could be the wind blowing on something.
Could be the wind. Did sound female though, but yeah, could be the wind.
But I definitely heard it.
Yeah. We just heard a like a humming noise. Now it could be the wind outside, so if it was you, can you please try and put a word together instead of a hum? And as loud as you can, please. What was that?
I don't know. It sounded like it was in here.
That sounded, yeah. It came from your direction.
It sounded like it was behind me.
Let's go back in there then. That was a strange noise.
Yeah.
It sounded like quite electrical. Like a yeet. Okay, we're hearing some very strange noises.
If it is you, we really need it to be a bit more distinctive for us to, rule out other things. So please, could you try and do something quite prominent for us? Sure, it came from in here, that noise.
Yeah, it did, because I looked at you, and you were stood in the doorway.
Yeah.
It was like a like that, but obviously not as loud.
But that's what I mean. If it was just something like, for example, like the ivy or something like that, catching on the wind,
On the wind, yeah, and creaking.
We'd have heard it more than that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'd have heard it more.
Because the wind's been constant out there, so we'd definitely hear it more often.
We'd have heard it quite a few times. So.
I mean, I was going to say go upstairs, but it's a bit of a stupid idea when we're getting some kind of noises down here. What's that noise? That sounds like the clock's like ticking once. It's going like ticking once and then stopping. That's what it sounded like.
I don't think it can be because it's not moved.
It's not moved, does it? It still says 7:44.
Yeah.
That's that again then.
There's got to be something scraping on this window.
I think so. Yeah, just did it again then.
Yeah, I heard that. I mean, there's like a... fucking hell, what would you call it? Like a porch here, but it's all glass.
Yeah.
A lot of the windows are open. So... I don't know.
Okay. All right, let's go and have a walk upstairs then.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Leave the camera in here. Okay, Spirit, so if you're up here with us, upstairs, could you possibly make a noise up here? Or, show yourself to us in some way? Could you perhaps move that chair in the windows there? Or there's a ladder here. Perhaps you could knock on that. Turn the IR up a bit. It's dark in there. The fuck?
What? What are you doing?
I just heard a weird tap down to my my left here. That's possible. It could be coming from this whatever this is here. This little heater.
And don't forget there's some big holes up in the wall.
Yeah, it sounded like it came from down near the floor. Now, like we always say, we're not going to be here for ages.
No, we're not.
So if you do want to come and communicate with us, try and do it soon. It could be that this place gets sealed up, so nobody will be able to come and talk to you. That was my knuckle. Is that you?
Yeah, floorboards.
Perhaps you could move around us. Perhaps you could touch one of us. Or you could go back down into the living room and make that device that's on your fireplace. Mantelpiece.
It's on the mantelpiece, over the fireplace.
Mantelpiece. Could you make that green light flash for us just by going close to it? What was that?
Don't know.
Sounded like some kind of movement.
Sounded like it was above me.
Did it?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll tell you what, our stomachs have been good tonight
Yeah,
so far, haven't they?
Yeah, so far.
It's like some kind of world record.
Yeah, let's hope it lasts.
Now, I mean, you kind of can distinguish what the noises the wind's making.
Yeah.
Because there's a constant knocking that's going on outside. Something's obviously flapping about in the wind. So you can tell it's outside.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised we haven't got more. Because all these windows are really old as well. I'm surprised they're not rattling more.
Yeah.
Or rattling at all, really. 'Cause I've not really heard the windows rattle and stuff like that. So considering how windy it is, contamination's not been that.
Not been bad at all, has it?
Really. All we need now is for some kind of activity. We have been here for a while now. Surely you can see that our intentions are good. We don't mean you any harm. We don't wish to do any damage to this building. We've solely come here to try and communicate with anybody who has passed away and may still be here in a spirit form. Just one thing. We'd settle for one thing.
One big thing. One big bang. You give us one big bang and we'll leave.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. Well, we will.
Oh, yeah.
If that's your wish, you want us to leave, make one big bang and we will go right now. I'm really hoping one day that'll just happen. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Bang!
Yeah, that would probably would make me want to leave. But
I don't know, but it'd make me want to stay, but...
Yeah.
We'd
have to stay, but...
Yeah, but I'd feel a bit bad then.
Yeah, well...
Because we said we're going to go, and they've gone, well, okay then, I'll make a big bang and you can go. And then if we stay...
well, it's a catch-22 situation.
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, we'd have to stay.
I mean... best thing to do would be to stay. But then the spirit might go, well, I'll give you a big bang and you haven't left, so I'm not going to do anything else for the rest of the evening.
Possible. At this moment in time, I'd settle for anything.
Yeah. Oh well, it's not been completely quiet. We've had a few weird noises.
Definitely.
Do you want to go through into that room?
Which
that big
one?
room?
Where?
Or in the weird room to your left?
Let's find that weird room. Oh,
Yeah.
Stood right next to it.
This is a strange room. I think it's because it's so dark, because of the wallpaper's really deep red, isn't it?
The carpet's red, the curtains are red, wallpaper's
it's just
red.
a real dark and dingy room.
Like the death room.
Smells like an old lady in here.
It just smells mouldy.
No, it smells like an old lady. Don't call old ladies mouldy.
Well, I've never smelled an old lady, so...
Really?
Yeah.
Smells like my nan. Do you hear that?
Yeah. Where did it come from?
Knock. Couldn't tell you. Could you knock again for us, please? Oh, that gave me the chills, man, that did. I don't know why, because it's just a knock.
Yeah.
But it was quite a distinctive knock, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was like a...
I heard it, but it sounded quite distant. But like I say, even though it's windy outside, if it had been the wind causing that, we'd have heard that earlier or
yeah,
sooner.
loads of times.
Yeah, yeah. If that was you that made that bang, that knock, could you please do it once more?
That was Adrian shifting his weight.
Yep. And again.
And again. Is there a door here I can knock on? I can't see anything. Oh, there's a frame. Could you knock for us a single knock again like this? You just hear a book again.
No, I don't know. I don't think so.
It's got to be wind.
Quite possibly, yeah.
Well, things are starting to get a little bit interesting. Are you trying to make yourself known to us? Do you hear that then?
No.
Like a boom. Kind of be so amazing if you could change our minds for us. Because we're kind of on the fence to whether the paranormal is real because we've never had experiences ourselves. Well, not one's weird enough for us to believe in the afterlife.
No, you've not really had anything significant enough.
No, nothing prominent.
No.
So, if you could change our minds for us, it really would be life-changing. Literally would. Let's have a little walk through into this other weird room.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah, just be careful of this floor, mate.
Yeah, I will, yeah. I swore I just heard something drop on the floor in here.
Really?
Yeah, just as I was coming out.
Something drop on the floor?
Well, that's what it sounded like.
I mean, the ceilings are in pretty good... Well, they're not...
Yeah, I mean,
they're not falling apart.
No, I mean, it might have just been the... It didn't sound like the floor clicking. Do you know what I mean?
It sounded like something hitting the floor.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know whether... I mean, it wasn't as loud as that. It must have been something... I don't know. I don't know whether the mics will have picked it up or not, but I definitely heard.
They might do. They might pick up on yours. I was already in that other room, but...
Yeah, definitely heard something. Jesus. Jesus.
Okay, Spirit, if you're trying to move things, perhaps throw things at us, could you do it again, please? Launch it at us as hard as you can. Or launch it at the wall, or just anywhere.
Yeah, launch anything, anywhere. There's my stomach.
There you go, that's 1-0.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely sounded like something falling, but it must have been over there because there's carpet here and you wouldn't really...
Did it sound like it was hitting a hard surface then?
Yeah, you wouldn't hear, even if that dropped on there, you're not going to... It wasn't like that, it was more
of a more high kind of...
Just more like something dropping on here, but it didn't bounce on, I think it was just like that, but nowhere near that loud.
Nowhere near that loud.
No. Fuck knows.
Interesting. Well, if you're trying to, throw things at us, Spirit, we do appreciate it. God, there's some weird shadows going on in here, I tell you. Oh.
Is this where I was stood? Yeah, I was stood here. If you look on that on there, look, where that light's reflected on that wall, look, you can see something. You can see the shadow.
Yeah, I see it moving, yeah.
Yeah. At first I was like, what the And then I realised...
Yeah, you can't actually see it in the night vision.
There, look.
You can't...
No, you can't, no.
If I turn off... I don't even think you'll be able to see it with that.
No.
No, it's just way too dark.
Yeah. It looks like an arm coming down or a hand or something waving at you.
Well, there you go, guys. That's literally what we can see. You can just see Adrian's camera light flashing and his viewfinder. Literally pitch black in here. No, that's 2-0.
Yeah.
Getting hungry.
Mm-hmm. So you can see we're starting to run out of rooms now.
Yeah, and things to say.
And questions. Requests.
Yeah. Oh, stomach's on fire.
Yeah.
3-0. I'm usually winning about 10-0 by now.
45-0.
So yeah, we're gonna give you a few more minutes upstairs, Spirit, and then we're gonna go back downstairs. That was my foot making that knock. We're gonna go back downstairs, perhaps into the living room. Hopefully you've been setting off our device down there, or perhaps moving something in front of the camera. You're more than welcome to throw that little black device with the green light. You can throw it off the mantelpiece if you want to.
Smash it up if you want.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
Yeah, we are just going to say, guys, we don't take any of the gadgets. We don't take anything for 100% proof of the paranormal. They're kind of just tools, really. If a spirit is able to communicate through it and kind of communicate by answering questions, then it's interesting. But if it just randomly goes off, then there's so much EMF around. The whole planet is literally covered in EMF. So now and again, you're going to get pockets of high EMF where it's going to spike it just naturally. But if it can give us intelligent responses, then that's interesting. But yeah.
And I don't believe in any equipment at all.
Yeah,
so.
Adrian doesn't believe in anything. Not even the paranormal.
I do believe in some things, but not ghost hunting apps, equipment. It's, I've come to the firm conclusion that it's all bollocks. But that is just my opinion.
Yeah.
You're entitled to yours.
Yeah, well, like I say, if you say, can you make the K2 go off now, and it goes off,
Yeah.
and then you're like, right, are you a man?
Yeah.
And it doesn't go off, and you go, are you a woman? And it goes off, and it starts giving you, intelligent responses.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
Exactly when you're asking them.
But I've never seen that happen.
No.
And I would almost say with 100% certainty I never will.
Probably never will. But it's an experiment, it's worth a try.
I don't want an argument.
I'm not going to argue with you.
I'm just saying.
We're in total agreement, apart from you're just...
What?
Disagreeing.
We're in agreement, but I'm disagreeing with you. I just think, like, I get what you're saying, and I get when other people say it, it's just experimental and all that kind of stuff. And I understand the different reasons why people use different bits of equipment. Yeah. That's entirely up to them. I couldn't give a shit. But me personally, when I think about it, how is a spirit, if there is such a thing, going to communicate through a mobile phone app? Oh no, yeah, I totally agree. It's not. I totally agree with the mobile phone thing. How's it going to make... I don't know. How is my phone still going off when I've got it on? Oh, it's a notification from a fucking things game. Like REM pods and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, when we first started, because we were watching, Those Who Shall Not Be Named, and we had all the stuff and thought it was, but it didn't take long to realise it's just rubbish. Yep. So now it just makes me even more anti it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be so bad if all the fake channels didn't ruin these devices and go over the top with them. They might be more accepted in the, in the real side of the paranormal. But yeah, when you've got all these fucking Berks just screaming and shouting about and stuff getting set off left, right and centre, it just it's put us off using them. Because that wind is really getting up now, isn't it? Yeah. Well, there doesn't seem to be much happening up here, so... No, let's go back into... let's go back downstairs. Back to the living room and... try a few minutes in there. And then what do you want to do? I quite fancy having a quick go on my own in that red room where I just heard something drop. Yeah? Or I think I heard something drop. Okay, and then I'll stand out by the back door. Yeah. And have a little break. Yeah. And then you can go down in the cellar on your own. I don't know. I don't know why cellars are. We got to go down the cellar. I mean, why would you want to go down the cellar anyway? If you was a spirit, why would you go down? Why would you go down in the cellar? Yeah, well, I would. You'd be up in your favourite room, wouldn't you? All right. You haven't got to go in the cellar. You can pick another room. That's me. I just fancy having a 10-15 minute go. Yeah. In there. So you're going to make me stand out in the cold for 10-15 minutes? Well, you can sit downstairs in the front room. By myself? Well, I mean... no, I'd rather be out of the house just so you've got the house to yourself, mate, to be honest. Yeah, that's fine. So I'll be alright. Right, guys. I am just coming out the door. Adrian's gone by himself up into the room where he thought he heard something being thrown. So I'm going to stand out in the cold. So fingers crossed Adrian gets something. So good luck. Okay, so Mike's outside. I've come back into this red room. When we was in here a little while ago, we did hear a kind of thudding noise out there. And just as I was leaving this room, Mike had walked out the doorway there, gone into the next room. I'd got to about here by the door and just heard, it almost sounded like something, I wouldn't say being thrown, but maybe something fell from the ceiling or off the wall. There are some holes in the wall. I don't know if the microphone would have picked it up or not, but I just thought I'd come in here 5 or 10 minutes, stand still, call out. Even though there's nothing in here, furniture-wise and things like that, like there is in the front room downstairs and some stuff left in the kitchen. This is definitely the creepiest looking kind of room, gives off a creepy vibe, because it's all red. But anyway. So you can see that I'm on my own now. Mike's gone outside. So I'm just wondering, hoping even, that you could probably make some kind of noise for me, try and initiate some form of communication. Now, when I was leaving this room a little while ago, it sounded like something, again, I wouldn't say was thrown, but it sounded like something dropped on the floor. And we did hear a thudding noise come from out there. So now I am on my own. It's always a little bit, puts you a little bit more on edge. So could you please try and communicate with me, please? I wouldn't say I'm more than happy to be scared, but, you know, I'm sure I'll cope with it.
Now, if you look up there, guys, up that window, that's where Adrian is right now. I tell you what, I think I'm more on edge being out here, just waiting for somebody to walk around this corner.
Well, so far, it's very quiet up here. I can still hear the wind outside. But to be fair, it hasn't ruined this investigation at all. I'm just trying to stand in where I was earlier. See if I can replicate the noise that I heard. But yeah, I don't think that was it. Who knows? Come on, try and do something to scare me. Please. Well, to be fair, it looks like it's going to be another standard Sunday night. It's a cool place, no doubt about that. It really is. And again, it's somewhere that once would have been a lovely home. It's a nice big house, great big rooms. Yeah, shame just to see it left like this.
Okay guys, so I've come back down into the living room. I'm by myself. Adrian's gone outside for a break, 10 minutes. So I want to call out in here, hopefully being alone. I might have a bit more courage to do something. So Spirit, if there's a spirit in this room with me, please come forward. We're going to be leaving very, very soon. Come and do something for me in this room. Can you make the device flash on the fireplace for me? Could you move something in this room? Got the chest of drawers there, you could move something. Push that drawer in. If you're here with me and the paranormal exists, could you knock for me, please? There was a tap then, but I think that was perhaps coming from the wind. Could you knock, perhaps on the glass door to the living room? Could you knock on that for me, please? Then I will know that that's you. Literally nothing. Huh. The noise just came from that door. Could you do that again for me, please? Oh, again, guys, it could be the draft from the wind. Oh, I know Adrian's probably going to come around that corner in a minute trying to scare the shit out of me. It's actually making me wince thinking about it. So yeah, guys, that about does it on this... what are you doing? That about does it on this creepy old house. Yeah, really good location. A couple of interesting things happening. Nothing that we can say is 100% paranormal, but yeah, definitely an interesting place.
It is.
Very interesting. And I just hope if the lady that did live here has passed on, I wish you well. If you can hear us now, you've not done anything significant for us, but
no.
Yeah, we wish you all the best, and we wish you all the best, and we will see you again on the next one.
Good night.
Good night.